Morning, and welcome to week 3. We're going to do this week a little bit differently. What we're going to look at is individual effectiveness. When we started out, we talked about the person situation, that in the workforce we have individuals coming together and they bring things to the table. They bring themselves, their experiences, their knowledge, their behaviors, their attitudes to the table. The situation is the workplace, and the situation does certain things. So we're looking at how this interaction occurs. We need to take a few minutes and talk about this concept of individual effectiveness. We're going to take a look. The first one we're going to look at is personality types, and this will be in 2 pieces, but it follows right along with the instructions for the reflection due June 11th. So the reflections this week, for next coming up week, are going to be based on the personality types. So let's get started. Organizations, and let's put things in context. Organizations need people to be successful. From an organizational perspective, we need to understand people in order to maximize their effectiveness, which in turn maximizes the effectiveness of the organization. So from an organizational perspective, we want to understand the people that are part of our team so that we can work with them to get the best out of them, to get the most out of them. Now that may seem like we're trying to really use them, but no, what we're trying to do is use them the best way possible that includes their satisfaction. And we get satisfaction from a lot of different things, but let's start. We're going to start with this concept. So organizations to be successful, we need to understand people to make them as productive as possible, which in turn benefits everybody and consistent with our stakeholder approach. Now, from our personal perspective, we need to understand ourselves to be successful. If we don't know who we are, it's a little hard. By understanding oneself, we collectively, you and I, can leverage our strengths and be aware of our weaknesses. And if you don't understand yourself, you don't understand anybody else. Interesting. If you don't understand yourself, you don't understand anybody else. Personality. Yes, we all have it. And I'm going to define it out from a dictionary type perspective, and that's the dynamic, meaning that it's moving always, mental attributes and processes that determine our individual emotional and behavioral adjustments to their environment. We are going in, we find ourselves in many different environments and we react a certain way. And these attributes of personality are part of the workplace. Okay, they are there. We can't avoid them. You have seen them in school, you've seen them in jobs you've had, you've seen it in your family. Research has attempted to define personality and how it related to behaviors. So is there some way we can understand this better? There are 2 personality type indicators that we are going to examine this week. First one is the Myers-Briggs personality type indicator, and then the type A and type B personality, the second video. The first one, the Myers-Briggs type indicator, is based on the work of Carl Jung and Isabel Myers, and it's about preferences versus behavior. Okay. Before we continue, you need to take the Jung typology test. I've put 2 links there, so I'll show you what the page looks like. Then I'd like you to turn off the video, go take the test. Okay? Then take a screenshot of the results and we'll go from there. Okay. This is the website you're going to, and here is the test, and essentially what you do is you go through a lot of questions. There are 64 questions, and you need to read them carefully and then put in yes, which is a strong yes, yes, uncertain, no, or no. Once you figure these out, what happens is you're going to get a score or a series of 4 letters. So let me just show you how that works. I've been doing this for a number of years, and I filled mine out, and you can see where I have all my boxes. And then when you get down to the very end, you put score it. And when you score it, you come back with a type, ENFP. Now, these are preferences. So extroversion over introversion, I'm very much an E. Intuitive, slight preference over sensing. You have a slight preference of feeling over thinking. And you have moderate preference of perceiving over judging. So I'm an ENFP. What I'd like you to do is to take the test, then come back and take a screenshot of this right here so you have it, and then I want you to watch this video that's incorporated. Unfortunately, it's 21 minutes, and I apologize for being long, but when you're done with that, move on to the next video, which is type A and type B person.